Hello there, and welcome to the soothing tones of Team Fortress TV. We're gonna lull you into a deep, deep sleep whilst watching some incredibly exciting TF2 tonight, because me and Stark are casting up at 5 AM in the morning and trying not to wake the general population of England. We're covering for BUICK, who has just arrived in the Mumble channel, and he is also going to be covering this excellent game between Ascent and the Getawhale Fanclub.
Yes, it's going to be an excellent evening of TF2. I don't think Getawhale Fanclub can actually win this map, but I believe they can put up a fight, give us an exciting show to watch.
They didn't manage to do that last night against Yomis, but I think they probably can tonight. I don't know what went wrong with them last night, but they got stomped really, really hard. And now I'm going to stop doing my
David Attenborough impression.
Yeah, that's the one. For some reason I was thinking David Atkinson, and I thought that really isn't anybody. That's not a name. Well, it is a name. It's somebody's name. I apologise if your name is David Atkinson, but David Attenborough impression is what I was going for. We do have all 12 of the players on the server, so they look like they're going to be going fairly soon. The map for this week is, of course, CP Snakewater. Yeah, I think it's fair to say that the overwhelming favourites for this are going to be Ascent. I don't actually know whether they're going to be able to put up a fight Getawhale Fanclub. I think perhaps they were a little overhyped coming into the beginning of the season, but I think they can probably get a few rounds here. I mean, if they manage to make it even close, that would be an achievement for these guys. I think kind of a fourth place team, but there is a bit of a gap between that mid invite and top invite this season.
They could do it, but who do you think we should be watching out for on the Getawhale team? Like, who do you think is going to step up and make the big plays to make this game a good game to cast?
Well, last night AIM had a pretty terrible performance from what I saw. I didn't actually catch the entirety of the game, so these are second-hand opinions, things from the logs and stuff from whatever minority of the game I actually watched. But AIM didn't seem to be having the greatest game in the world, and Arek is normally one of their standout players as well. If they can really put up a good fight against the Ascent flank, which is pretty strong to be honest, then they might be able to do something. They need to make their Uber charges work a little better as well, because they were getting stomped by the Yomi's Ubers yesterday.
You say AIM wasn't having a great game yesterday, but I heard from a trusted source that AIM is actually a great roamer, but he's surrounded by mongrel men. Do you have any comments as to this?
That sounds like an AIM post on the forums, so it's probably correct. BUICK is in the Mumble channel as well, so he will be diving in to provide his North American perspective on the whole ordeal in just a moment whenever he's sorted out. I believe he's rushing home from something. I'd like to picture it, Stark, as if he's running home from some very important business meeting. He's putting down his coat and his umbrella. He's hung them up. Yeah. He's stepped out of his briefcase and is now going to adorn the role of caster, commentator, host, and overall entertainer for the night. But he's not with us yet, as evidenced by the science. The silence, not the science. The science of silence. I don't know much about these teams on Snakewater, but I have been seeing some really interesting plays actually from the demo men this season from Invite, so I'm going to talk about that for a little while. Have you seen it, Stark? Them using the Alibaba's is it Alibaba? Ali something.
The healthy shoes.
The healthy shoes, yeah, the healthy boots for demo men. It seems to be a fairly popular thing with Invite demo men this season. Maybe because they feel the trade-off for something like the pipes isn't too bad. The increased mobility and the increased health really allows you to tank a lot more damage. You can play a lot better with the heals, and also it gives you a bit of survivability if you're trying to play a lot more of a low heal demo man. But you do miss a lot of that spam damage from the loose cannon particularly, or pipes if you choose to run that as well. What do you think about the change? I mean, I've seen some people roll it out to the mids and then do a sticky jump up onto the top ground as a demo man on the mids.
Well, I think ultimately, regardless of what style you play, like if you're going to play the passive demo style, I don't think it's worth running the booties unless you have a designed play in mind. So on the Snakewater, I don't think jumping up onto the roof is really that effective. But for example, on Gully Wash, it enables you to do an extra jump. So you roll out big door and then you can jump into their choke and kill the enemy demo as he gets the health pack. But if you don't have a play like that in mind, I don't really see the point. Because, oh, we're going live actually.
We are indeed. We're going live on Team Fortress TV. This is our cast of Ascent versus Getawhale Fanclub. They're playing on Snakewater, and they're just about to go to their first mid. Ascent are the favourites for this. I haven't actually checked out Saloon, but I bet they're the firm favourites with the punters as well. I think there was some kind of spread on it, so we'll have to see whether Getawhale Fanclub can put up a performance as they're rolling out to the first mid stock. Who have you got your eyes on?
I've got my eyes on Avast to see what he's going to do with these wee booties. He's not doing anything fancy like jumping up top. He's just going to be sitting back, spamming his stickies, you know, playing a bit passive, waiting for the soldier aggression from Ascent. And both teams are playing quite cagely actually at the moment, as we do have a blue scout up on the roof now, and here comes in the bomb mode.
Yeah, Goldfish spotted a frag there onto Rando. Aim's gone down though at the same time. Aim just completely disconnected from his team, decided just to go across the point at the same time as Goldfish was going for the frags. But now that they've got Eric in behind, he's distracting them, he's done a ton of damage to 404. And this is looking like a great mid here for Getawhale Fanclub. Badonsky though, attempting to make something happen. Surely Goldfish will be able to clean him up. And Yomps on 47 should be easy as well.
I had a little stop at the heart there, as it seemed like Goldfish and Link User were both not paying attention to that scout, but they turned around in time to get rid of him. And great mid there from GG. It was very slow start off, and then Goldfish saw his opportunity created by his roaming soldier and bombed in and destroyed 404. And they just played with the heals, and now they've got a free second, and they should, fingers crossed, push on to last with a full Uber advantage and take the first round.
Yomps is sniping on this left-hand side, but Getawhale Fanclub is just going to be able to shunt this one in on the left. Goldfish has got 4-4 in his sights, but he's just going to push him back on the left-hand side. Eric's jumping on the point and he's perfect round. Very well executed, perfect stuff there from Getawhale Fanclub.
They take the left side, they pop relatively early, but it's okay. They take the room and they get so much time on the point. They force them away with Uber and they just cap the point before Ascent can even do anything.
I really like the ballsy play as well, because they knew that Yomps was sniping and they just decided to push it through and just make the shots more difficult for him to hit instead of playing really cautiously against the sniper. I love that decision making from Getawhale Fanclub, and they've already managed to get more rounds than they did against Yomi, so looking like far better for them. Look at that rocket onto Mailer just as he was about to jump. That's completely stunted him, and Rando's down as well. They should be able to pick up the frag on Mailer on the top left if they should somebody else into him. Yomps has caused a bit of a rumble on the flank, but he is going to get taken down there by Avast, pushing deep with those wee booties, and now they're on the chase.
I was watching Avast that one time, he destroyed Ascent. He did so much damage, completely wiping out both soldiers and the scout, and now he's moving forward onto Miller. He should get caught off here, and GG do have an advantage, but it's a tiny one, shouldn't make a difference. Although it does look like Ascent might want to do something about the second. Oh no,
that would be yeah, I think that would be a bit of a crazy decision, given that they were one down with a very late spawn on Mailer, and the Ubers are equal. I mean, some teams do like to aggressively push out. They don't like to be stuck on Snakewater last. It's kind of a last point where you can throw people in again and again and just try and make something happen. But it looks like Getawhale Fanclub are actually committing Nursey to this one. They've taken Goldfish there, and Rando's really weak in the air, surely going to create one. Unless he takes an arrow! What an arrow from 404, and then catches him with the Uber charge. Fantastic stuff there, but they've had to pop that one off. I don't think 404 actually had to use that one, but either way,
look at Arek. He was hiding underneath. He's gone to last. He's back up here. There's no one to stop him.
Oh god. Where was he hiding? Was he on top of the tanker on the bottom?
Underneath, yeah, on the tanker.
Wow. What a hiding spot from Arek. He's able to pick up the second round. Ascent are going to be feeling absolutely robbed, but they're down 2-0 already. And Getawhale Fanclub showing that they can definitely contest with the big boys. Maybe a bit of a cheap North American gimmick to win that last round, but either way, they're looking good in this first half.
Yeah, fantastic mid so far from Getawhale Fanclub. Completely rolled it straight onto last, as actually a soldier from Ascent goes behind through the kitchen area. That is Mailer. He's trying to juke him out here, but he's going to get found out in kitchen, and he's so low.
Yeah, two nice rockets from Goldfish. Oh wow, Eric on the flank once again. He's been doing this every single mid and they're not taking him at all. He comes in and manages to get the frag on Podolski, cleans up Sugar as well from behind. Oh, Yomps, the last hope here for Ascent, manages to niche on Mercy into the waiting arms of Mailer, who then collects another one in the form of Link User. He's going to go for the health kit. Is he going to be able to get it? That was a nice rocket at the end there to direct Goldfish, but just not quite in time to get that health kit. And apart from the last little play there from Yomps, which was the saving grace, again, Ascent were looking dreadful on that mid.
Yeah, really fantastic play from Mailer at the end there, saving them that round, because with the momentum that Getawhale Fanclub had, they were definitely just going to push straight onto that last capit, and that would have been a very dominating half. But actually, Getawhale Fanclub, they're not going to wait for this, they're just going to push straight in, non-Uber, and they've taken a lot of ground for free.
Mailer's jumping from the window now, did a lot of damage to Ames, going to be able to take him out, but trades his life for the frag from Link User. Shrugger, Rando and 404 are getting pushed back here though. The frags in favour of Getawhale Fanclub, and Rando's just getting juggled around everywhere. He knows that 404's near to the overcharge, but he just barrels forwards there actually, and he just saw an opportunity to collect 3 easy frags, and he absolutely delivers.
Oh, for a second I thought that was going to be the back cap of a lifetime, but I'm a bit surprised by Nursey. He actually committed pretty hard on second there just to cap the point, and does die for it in the end. But yeah, that was a questionable move.
Oh, I think they were so committed to chasing Ascent out that they just didn't realise that Rando had a full buff and just walked forward and destroyed everyone, munched them. They couldn't stop him, the health was far too weak. They'd managed to chase them and put them in a bad position, but the health advantage but firmly favoured Ascent there with the overhill pocket.
And it looks like Ascent wants to push this. They've got a player advantage, but their health is really bad. Podolski's going to go down, but Nursey dies to Rando. Great bomb from him. Gets caught out, and Getawhale Fanclub going to be happy with this? Are they going to sit back?
Goldfish is kind of hiding up on that catwalk area, going to get picked off by Rando, but he's opened the door for Aim to come in. He saw a little gap there in between where his pocket and medic was, the Ascent pocket and medic that is, and Rando and 404 disconnected for a moment. Aim slides in the middle of them and picks up that frag. 404 down for another 3 seconds, that gives the heal advantage, but they're still doing a lot of damage here, Ascent. They have to respect that, they have to back up onto second.
Yeah, they made the classic mistake of you lose your med and you just start bleeding players because you just want to do something to get that advantage back. Sometimes the best thing to do is just hold back without your medic and just wait for them to push into you and maybe get a med pick, maybe get a force. But there's still 2 players down and the medic died over a minute ago. It was really a big blunder there from Getawhale Fanclub, and they're going to lose second for it.
Goldfish actually does fall as the double aggression from Yomps and Shrugger pushes everyone else back from Getawhale Fanclub. A wreck down on the bottom area, taking a 1v1 against Yomps. Yomps comes out on top of that one. So that has given tons of room here for Ascent and really late spawns for Aim and Eric. That is not good for them. Only 3 up, and the Ascent players are flooding in this on the right hand side. Linky's has been caught out, and none of the classes are going to be able to get onto that point in time. Surely not! Goldfish and Avast swarming out, and the rest of Ascent decide not to commit. Oh god, I really think that's a bit of a misplay there from Ascent. If I think they were just worried because they didn't have the Uber charge, but if they'd swarmed onto that, I think they would have been able to get it.
Right, a Rex on the medic, they're losing so many players for this. This is so risky from Getawhale Fanclub. For a second, Nursey just pushed straight out into second on his own, and Shrug is now on. Oh, the Uber gets forced off the Getawhale Fanclub, and this could be disastrous. This could be a round for Ascent.
Ascent are already in on the left hand side. It's clever played by them. They're just going to take the ground for free and still be able to use that Uber charge. The spawns are starting to come in. Avast nearly dropped. That would have been disastrous. No stickies on point on Snake or the last. They would have been able to flood it. But the fight is actually fairly even. Goldfish doing a lot of damage there. Takes down Podolski and Rando. Yomps drops. This is insane. Aim trades with Mailer. I think there was an air shot involved there somewhere. But only 404 and Shrugger left alive, and again Ascent beefing a last push.
Yeah, I feel they should have. I don't know. It was a questionable decision. I mean, they could have definitely won that last push. But if it was me there, I would have backed out, waited for 6 players, and repushed with your advantage instead of pushing with players down. But
I think the fact that they managed to get in for free on the left-hand side and Getawhale Fanclub were still 2 down with a terrible Uber, I think they could have made that situation work out for them. I don't think it was necessarily a bad call, but they they played the Uber fight so badly. They kept trying to focus Avast in the left-hand side spawn door, even when he was just literally playing the resub cabinet, you know, poking out. He had stickies on point, and he's just tanking a bit of damage and retreating again. It just caught the entirety of the Ascent Uber.
Wait, the thing is, with fights like that, they're always going to be messy. So you're never going to have like clean comms. Yeah, everyone's going to be focusing different things. It'd be, oh, actually, of course comes in from Mailer here, and he's getting so much space, but he pumps all his damage into Goldfish for some reason and doesn't get anything done. Maybe we'll see an off-class here. I'm not sure. Do Ascent like to off-class the sniper?
I don't think Mailer does very often. I haven't really seen it all that often, but I think they're just going to try and use the fact that they got a better pick there and push things forward. They did a lot of damage to Avast and Nursey, forced off that Uber charge. Now they're just staring at each other. Rando jumps in and takes that frag so swiftly. Saw an opportunity, instantly took it onto Nursey as well. Great stuff onto Link user. Rando's going wild there. Nearly hits that shot onto aim as well. He's surely going to get chipped away by his scout, and he just played that Uber fight perfectly, Rando.
Yeah, really lovely play from Rando there. You just see Avast peek his head in cheese, and Rando just immediately swats in like a fly, destroys two of the players in the Uber, and really great play from Rando, completely winning them that round.
Let's see what they're up to then on this fourth middle. Ascent have started to come back into it. They're looking like they're getting the better end of some of these trades. Maybe beefing their last pushers again, giving them a little bit of an opportunity to push back out. But on this fourth mid, Avast once again running the wee booties, gives himself a little bit more health when trading these stickies over the point with Verdonsky. He's going to be trying to put some damage on top as well. Tags Sugar a little bit, another piece of damage there, and Rando's not looking very healthy. Goldfish finds that frag and aims bombing in deep. Gets down to about 80 health. They should be able to push across the point right about now, but there's no Arek flank, so there's nothing to really give them any room. And Ascent are barreling across, taking the positional advantage even when they didn't have the health, and they are getting the better end of this fight, potentially. Yeah, with that final frag on Link user, they have secured the mid fight for themselves, and Sugar can afford to go on a bit of a chase here with Nursey's blood on his mind.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Ascent actually managed to win that mid-fight, because Mailer's bomb, which is quite effective, but no one actually followed up from the Ascent team, so he just got cleaned up and did very little. But the scouts came in and did loads of work, and they managed to push across with a lot more damage than what was dealt out by Getawhale and Fanclub.
Let's see what they're up to with these Uber charges. They're going to be just in the default holding position. I think none of the teams look like they're extending particularly far. In fact, both teams have sticky traps up, so they're both expecting the other to be the ones peaking. Of course, Getawhale Fanclub are up 2-1. The time limit not in danger of running out anytime soon, I don't think. Sugar goes for a little play and gets caught on green. So that's opened things up for Getawhale Fanclub to maybe run a counter-sack, or maybe just take a better Uber in here with Goldfish. You can see Mailer in that kitchen area, but Nursey's now committed. Oh, dreadful. He just got juggled over to that side, and there's nothing that she could do.
And then the Uber gets traded, and Goldfish is going behind. I like this play. It's going to be an awful Uber, so if you can survive and get behind and just distract as long as possible, it's great. You will get cleaned up on mid, and this isn't looking good. But AIM comes in with a massive bomb and cleans up Adonsky. This is such a messy fight. There are players all over the place, but it looks like
Sugar in behind, manages to hit Nursey for 146 and just cannot land that third one. Oh, so unfortunate by Sugar. That 146 damage, he's going to be kicking himself, but they don't find the frag there onto the medic from Getawhale Fanclub, and they're going to be able to push that Uber advantage forwards. It is only a very minor one though.
I didn't actually see what happened there. Actually, Getawhale Fanclub are going to push with their 2-scout advantage, because Yomps and Sugar did only just spawn. They're not going to be in this fight, and if Getawhale Fanclub take space early on, they can easily secure the second point, and they will do.
In the meantime, Mailer's taking a 1v1 with Goldfish on mid. He's going to think about dropping out of window now and pincer in the Getawhale Fanclub here. Hits one nice rocket onto Nursey, but doesn't land the second. Pop it off anyway to Getawhale Fanclub, but they're 2 down, so this is a bad Uber charge for them. They're just aiming to get people out of there. Out.
And yeah, Link user will get cleaned up from behind, and only 4 people alive for Getawhale Fanclub. And Ascent, actually 4 people alive for them as well, but they will try and push through this choke area, and this is definitely risky. And Goldfish gets a really nice rocket onto Yomps there, cleans him up. And this is definitely the cue to leave, but I think it's a bit too late, because Bedonsky does get cleaned up, and without that demo man, they should be able to push in second for free.
Yeah, Podolski leading that one in straight through the choke point and got annihilated. The rest of his team weren't committed. Sugar is trying to go huge here though. He's already taken down Goldfish. Was going for the frag onto Avast, but just couldn't hit the shots that were required. Mela's going to lead it one forwards. Hits a bit of a rocket onto Arak, but I think now the Getawhale Fanclub team should be able to collapse. These soldiers are quite weak, but everyone's bleeding. Both of the scouts were disconnected, focusing different people, and the frags just did not go their way. 99% from Mercy, but unfortunately drops it. Avast running around with the axe of doom on the bottom area, but surely going to get cleaned up. So unlucky from Getawhale Fanclub. Possibly should have just played the Uber charge.
No, it was a catastrophe. I don't know why. For some reason, Goldfish just jumped in miles ahead of his team, got cleaned up by a scout. If he didn't do that, I reckon that would be an easy second point.
Let's see what situation they're in now then, as Avast and Goldfish are just about to get their spawns. Avast is now on the field, so there's a bit of spam damage happening. Mailer tending to flank as Yomps and Sugar pressure forwards. But they're just going to give them mid. They're content to sit on second here. They are still 2-1 in the lead. And at this point, there's we're more than halfway through this map. Sorry, this first half. But there's still a lot of time for either team to put another round on the board in this first half. So they're going to be playing it a little cautiously, just making sure that they have the Ubers before they make any plays or go for a force, anything like that. But I think Ascent may well be the ones initiating.
Yeah, it looks like they've just jumped it through soldier through window. He's trying to get back inside.
Oh, bless him.
Gets juggled against the wall after failing to jump into the window. It happens to all of us. Maybe they might run a off-class cheeky sniper for a pick.
Cheeky sniper?
Just a cheeky bit of sniper. I don't like how much room they're getting in Ascent on window. I feel Getawhale Fanclub could really put more pressure there.
Especially with the positioning of the scouts, because they're both on shed instead of on the fence, and if Rando or Mela decided to actually bomb from window instead of just dropping out of it, they'd have a free path straight onto Nursey. The only player... Oh, well, Link User's now in position, actually. That's a great position to deny jumpers from window. But if they end up dropping off of there, there's literally nothing stopping them from window.
Mela keeps jumping into the walls. Looks like he's getting a buff, getting set up to jump from this window area. See how well they can deny it with the scouts.
Yeah, they're very relaxed with the way that they're holding it. The double donk.
Yeah.
Eventually, if you spam enough double donks, you will get one in the end, and that one took down Rando. So that's really opened things up here. Nursey just catches the tail end of one and is forced to use the Uber charge. 4-4 and Mela, though, in the sawmill are going to have the slightly better end of it, and they're going to be able to juggle aim into the window. He's really done no damage, though. Goldfish does get picked up, and aim on half health on that grass area. Things not looking good here for Getawhale Fanclub. The doors have been opened for Ascent, and they are flooding in.
Yeah, it's definitely really risky going for that counter push onto second and onto mid, sorry, and GG are just getting cleaned up left, right and centre. And look at the spawns, Ascent are just going to run it straight onto last, see if they can get the med pick.
They're going to be hunting them down now. Arak and Aim still to spawn. They've managed to look up that left hand side and find Goldfish as well. Link Users found a frag. Nice arrow from Nursey to heal up the pocket scout there, but people are dropping on the other side. They should be able to collapse onto Ascent now, though. Great stuff from everybody there on Getawhale Fanclub. The coordinated aggression just at the end was fantastic, and they're able to completely wipe Ascent. Mela with the spy plays. Is he checking crits or is he going for it? No, he's going for it.
Yeah, they definitely outstayed their welcome there. They needed to just go in, see if they can pick the medic, and then leave before those spawners arrived. And they just stayed in way too long, went underneath, got completely collapsed with a height disadvantage, and
look at this. This is Assassin's Creed. He's got the parkour action going on. He's seen a fast.
Don't go for the demo. Ah, that's low risk. He could have gone for that medic. And Nursey actually does Uber in here onto mid, but Ascent are just out of there. They don't want any of this.
Well, they've lost Yomps and they were forced to... Oh, what is that from Rando? That has really thrown it for them, I think. They would have been able to hold second there if they'd kept Rando alive with Avast down, but with Rando's dropping as well as Mela and Yomps, even though Mela gets a fairly quick spawn, I don't think they're going to be able to hold second here whatsoever, as long as Getawhale Fanclub applies some aggression. They're giving them a lot of room, but then they're really baiting Podolski forwards. Arak and Goldfish combine and take that frag, and they may just be able to push this one all the way to last, force it out 4-4 and just evaporate.
Yeah, like Ascent seem really discoordinated right now, and this is great for Getawhale Fanclub because they can make a good half here, but this push has gone disastrously so far. They need to just get out straight away.
No, the
frag goes down.
Oh my word, that is exactly what they wanted. The frag on 404 on 99%, but what are Getawhale Fanclub doing so close? They need to be back to second here. Bait the Ascent players into making a bad push. If they want to commit for your medic, you have to be able to get at least 2, maybe 3 frags for that, and then Goldfish is going to get his spawn. In the end, they actually don't go for the aggression onto the medic, instead just running that engineer to try and really turtle the last point. But Nurse is going to be coming in with the Ubercharge right about now, Stark.
Yeah, they're going in from under, avoiding that sniper on the end. Jumped into a sentry and a heavy. That can never go well, and now he's missing the rockets. Oh, it's a disaster for Aim. But no.
They are on the heavy in the meantime. It's 3v3 at the moment. They need to start focusing down these players. They've got so much cap time as well. Nurse is just dancing onto the point here. Avast piling out the damage. He doesn't have anything reloaded though. And Nursey gets fragged by 404. And that is, I mean, the beginning of that Uber it really sealed the deal. They did a good job trying to bring it back after that disastrous beginning, but they got no damage out because their Uber was denied so hard by the sentry and heavy.
I was watching Ames Ob the entire time, and I was just holding my breath as he jumped into the heavy and the NG, flew into the demo and had no rockets to do anything against him. It was just really upsetting to watch.
You feel for him, don't you? You feel the empathy. You know, you've been in that, or I've been in that situation before, you know. I'm in that situation every time I have an Uber. Rando and Badonsky bombing in have found the frag onto Goldfish. Goldfish can't find anything there, but the rest of the Getawhale Fanclub have got out, and that's not too bad. They've managed to trade a huge Ubercharge advantage for one player, so that's perfectly fine for them. Now the trick is either getting into mid without using, or getting into mid and finding some frags. They only really need 1 or 2 in order to turn this around. If they can get that, then they can carry on into second with the momentum they gain from this first push. But they've only got about 20 seconds. They've only got 20 seconds, and it's taken down now. It's only around 15. They're really losing a lot of time here, and they need to start moving forwards. Oh, 10 seconds remaining to get onto 404. They've wasted so much time.
Oh, this could only go disastrously. Surely they need to just cut it out now and just cancel the push. We lost our advantage. I know they're pushing in, they get Ubered. It's not a great Uber. But Goldfish is going behind again, like he normally did. Oh, but he gets caught out. It's an awful Uber. They need to just get out, hold second, and just pray that Ascent can't push them back there.
But with that frag on their demo man, they absolutely can push them. So the pocket and demo down here from Getawhale Fanclub means that they're not even going to be able to hold second. The bombing from Badonsky and Mailer at the same time completely locks out those choke points, and Shrugger's in onto the mid. Yoms is coming for some backup as well. Linky's manages to take one of them, Arik the second. They're trying to mulch players as they're coming in through the choke. The incredible play from the what is it even called? The Righteous Bison. Who even had that weapon, and why?
Goldfish has been running the Righteous Bison a lot. Oh! Badonsky destroys Link User, protecting his medic, and that's a huge play because now they've got a 50% advantage to push into last with.
Yeah, that crucial pick from Sugar onto Nursey really sealed the deal for them there. Ascent are going to have such an uber advantage to work with. As you say, Link User are going to be building that sentry up, but where's he decided to position it? He's going to position it just underneath the shed on the right hand side. That can really catch a push in from bottom nastily, or the flank coming in from the right hand side, but he needs to be fairly quick with building it because 404 is going to be in the next few seconds. They're not wasting any time whatsoever. They're coming in from that right hand side. Badonsky takes a fully charged body shot on 80 health up top without the uber charge on him. The level 2 sentry destroyed immediately by meat shot after meat shot by Sugar. But they really haven't found anybody else with this, and Nursey's going to have the uber charge in 10 seconds.
And Aim's flying in, just trying to distract, slow him down, and this is so bad for Ascent. They didn't find a single frag in the entirety of the Uber, and now Getawhale Fanclub has their Uber built up. With 2 picks on the pocket and the demo, this should be an easy push out. But
there's nobody in any backup position as well.
The nerves might strike. They're all pushing out, and it doesn't. Oh no!
They've seen him though. They've seen him. Aim and Link User going back, but they've left Nursey in a bit of a precarious position. The uber charge might be forced. It is by Yoms going in. Managed to find the frag onto Badonsky as well, but they haven't cleaned up Mailer, who is still hanging around behind them, and that is going to delay them so long. Even if they wanted to push out, they can't. Mailer down now though, and some players trying to trickle in here from the right hand side from Ascent, but they need to just play the supercharge advantage. It would be foolish to push without their players being alive. Podolski now attempting to reach the front lines, and they're going to gear up for once again another supercharge advantage push. What are we seeing on the defense here? Only a single sniper, no off classes, no heavy, no engineer, no pyro even. It's going to be a task.
Yeah, Ascent and Podolski are in. Shrugger's just sitting on the point, and he's just he gets absolutely demolished. And Ascent is just not going well for him. But no Yomps! As I say, that Yomps comes in, gets 2 more frag. And
Nursey manages to trade with Mailer as well as he jumps down. He gets the Ubersaw right into Mailer's face, and they trade for each other.
404 again gets out, and they're going to have, what, 30-40% advantage. Actually, no more. Nursey died really late in that fight. It's going to be more like a 50% advantage. But that's what they just used to push in, and they didn't have it. And GG didn't have any defensive classes set up. Now they're going to have a sniper, an engineer.
Yeah, it seems like Ascent's pushes into last really haven't been working out too well for them. Shrugger got a lot of cap time last time, but after that they really weren't focusing the point. They got a lot of cap time and then decided to go for the frags, which I think is a bit of a questionable decision. If you've got a lot of cap time, you can bait them onto the point and then go for the frags, but if you're then going to chase the frags around Snakewater last, it's a huge last. Rando's getting juggled in the air a little bit onto the point now. See if anybody can bait the stickies off the point here from Avast. Avast still isn't deathing them, and oh, the bombing from Rando hasn't actually done any damage to Nursey there. 2 HP. Oh, actually does drop, so there's going to be no overcharge or heals on the board for Getawhale Fanclub, but it doesn't matter. The DM is just coming out on top every single time here, and Ascent beef yet another last push. Oh, and Aim's locked 404 in. Poor play.
It doesn't really seem like they have any kind of goal with these last pushes. They just, right, let's Uber in, step 1, step 2, maybe go for the point? And then they don't know what to do, but actually Mailer's gone spy again. But they need to have some kind of combination of both frags and position. You don't just get position, you don't just go for frags. You need to get some position, get a few frags, and Mailer's been spotted.
Oh, that's dire. I don't know why Mailer wasn't cloaked earlier or disguised as a friendly. Maybe he was disguised as a friendly and they don't realise he's a spy, but I think they do.
He is disguised as a friendly scout, and he comes up behind the medic disguised as a friendly scout, and unsurprisingly he gets shot.
That's unfortunate.
GG will take the midpoint.
Yeah, very unfortunate there, and that really means that they don't have anything to force Nursey either, so Getawhale Fanclub going to be moving forwards 95%, 404 only on 75. 20% advantage can be enough if they're able to get into them quickly, but Ascent are giving them a lot of room, so Getawhale Fanclub should just be content with that. Push them out into lobby, avoid the loose cannon shots, hopefully don't drop to a double donk, but it looks like Nursey really wants to push it through this lower area. They've traded Ubers in the top right, which I think is really odd, but maybe they'll be able to use this supercharge to get a little better position. Avast may be caught out, definitely caught out in the bottom area. I don't understand that play from Getawhale Fanclub whatsoever. I think they thought that they had more advantage than they did.
Yeah, it can be the only thing I can think of. And actually, this is really scrappy fight. Aim picks up 2. Link user just about takes down Podolski, 5 HP, dodges the melee and slams him with a meat shot. And
yeah,
Ascent aren't risking this again.
Nope, they are out of there.
Unaware of their Uber advantage, so they should just hold last, set up the defensive classes. And was that a sniper I saw briefly for GG? No, he's swapped back to scout now. Actually, he's gone heavy.
He's actually gone heavy. Right, this will be interesting then. I haven't seen this for a long time actually, a heavy push on Snakewater last. There haven't been many teams who've really rolled this out or favoured it whatsoever, mainly because of the sniper on defense, I think. But we're going to be seeing one here from Link user, not running the Tomislav. I think it's allowed in ESEA, but instead going to be using that stock minigun. He's waddling around trying to get some position on Cheese. I'm not sure what they're going to do with it. The classic thing to do, I think, would be to repush top left, or left side, sorry, with the heavy after an Uber charge through the right. You know, trade the Ubers on the right, go in left with your heavies, put a soldier on top of the shed, and try and slow push things in whilst tanking a lot of damage. But from his positioning, he looks like he might just want to hold outside in case the Ubers go badly.
I assume what they're going to do is try and take down the left, like force the sniper into spawn, make him change class, and then bring out the heavy. Like, they can't give away the fact that they have a heavy, or Yomps isn't going to change from sniper because he knows that he can't give the heavy any room to breathe. But they're just sitting around in cheese. I guess they're talking over what they're going to do.
Yeah, this is a little bit odd. Yomps has got a bit of an angle as well. The longer you leave it, the more the defensive sniper tends to push up. Looks like they're going now from the left-hand side. Goldfish takes a loose cannon, and another one actually. So this Uber's going to be completely and utterly wasted, in my opinion. The Getawhale Fanclub just need to call it quits there. Just hold outside, you've got a heavy, just hold seconds, man. You're not going to get anything done with this. What? How does AIM manage to take down the sentry gun on his own there? And he's able to get a bomb in onto 404. 404 on 82 health, AIM does get picked up. This is going better than I thought it would. They've used the Uber charge actually, and now's the time to leave. Nursey, run for the love of God.
That's just flies into the heavy.
The Nursey back, hello? Is the time running out? Surely the time must be running out because that play from Nursey is retarded.
Yeah, of course.
Right. Well, that's fantastic stuff from Getawhale Fanclub. BUICK, what do you make of that first half?
That was the heavy on heavy action at the end. Incredible.
It's so weird though that they decided to wait until that amount of time. Like, they didn't have any time to trade Ubers and then go for a repush. They literally only had time to push in on the left.
Clock management, maybe? Some clock management issues, I think. Just not really know what to do. Hey, we're going to go heavy. And then they decide to talk about the strategy for, 2.5 minutes afterwards. It's not the best.
Yeah, I mean, potentially, what might have been running through their head was, right, the time's ticking down to 1.5 minutes. We want to push in so that even if it's disastrous, Ascent can't roll us back and make it 2-2. They might be fairly content with the 2-1 first half, but if that was me in that situation, I wouldn't be content. I'd be wanting to push for the 3-1. They were in a great position to do it.
I feel they should have gone for the riskier plays of sacking several people, because that stage, all you have to do is slow down the round. There's no way you're ever going to lose this round. So if you sack in a couple of people, either you get the Uber, or they push out and you can have a messy fight, and maybe you'll get a back cap, maybe you'll force them early, and you might be able to sneak in around like that.
What do you think then, BUICK, of the performance from both of these teams so far? Did you expect this from Getawhale Fanclub?
No, actually, because games, like last night, like the one they had, when you go 5-0, 5-0, 5-0, and you're riding high, and everything's going wonderful for you, and then you end up dropping a match that you should have done better in 0-5. That's got to throw you off mentally. Like, very good mental recovery from them. Everybody gets put on tilt. That could have started a losing streak for them. So, pretty nice, like, what would you say, comeback so far for them? You like to see their behaviorisms turn around,
Yeah, I agree completely. I think that the 5-0 from Yomi's, it was really unexpected from me. I think a lot of other people did expect it. I think they thought the Getawhale Fanclub were... I thought Yomi's were going to win, but I thought it was going to be a really close game. So I was very surprised to see the 5-0 last night. But I honestly didn't think the Getawhale Fanclub would be able to do anything to Ascent. I thought Ascent were a bit of a step above, so I'm going to be surprised actually if Ascent don't kind of rally themselves and do a lot better in the second half. So I think the pressure really is on Getawhale Fanclub here to maintain the kind of pace that they've had so far and make sure that Ascent don't have an opportunity to get back into it, because they are a very top level, very high level team. They have that mental fortitude. I think they've been in these kind of situations before and they know how to get out of them. They're very experienced, so it'll be a task to keep them bottled.
Do either of you two, Stark or Sideshow, when you look at the stat page that we showed, does anything stand out to either of you specifically? Like, we can all look at damage or anything like that, some people had some great damage, but does anything in particular outside of that stand out, would you say?
I would love to comment, but I don't have the stat page open, so I'll leave it to Stark.
Just open the stat page and pick out some random stat. Goldfish top damaging. Kind of expected, to be honest. He seemed to be quite a heavy heal pocket. I was impressed by Goldfish. Like, he did make quite a few errors in terms of staying in too long and getting picked off, but with his Ubers, I liked the way he, when he got a bad Uber, instead of just kind of backing out with his medic and then having them both die, he'd jump behind and distract and make it take as long as possible for him to die, so Nursey would be able to get out. And I feel that's the kind of thing an inexperienced pocket wouldn't do.
I think it's interesting looking at the heals received. I was just casting my eye over Goldfish, but then something else caught my eye. Badonsky only receiving 9,000 heals, that would be ridiculous. 970 heals there, compared to Avast 1,700. Like, that's quite a difference in how the two demos are, their role within the team, possibly to do with the booties as well and how that's coming into it. But apart from a few situations, Avast doesn't seem to be really feeling the loss of the primary. I think he's performed very well with the booty situation. I think it's worked well for him. He's never really been caught in a situation where I've thought, well, if you had pipes there, you would have been so much better off, or your team would have been so much better off, or you're really missing the loose cannon spam. He's making it work with just the stickies.
Yeah, he's never really in a situation where he needs to defend himself. He's quite passive. Just sits back, spamming stickies, you know, the kind of stereotypical old North American demo style.
It's working well for them tonight. He's managed to match Badonsky, who's not doing too shabby himself. He's managing to make it work. For the scout situation as well, the combo of Link User and Direct doing so well. They're absolutely doing fantastic. I mean, of everybody on the Getawhale Fanclub, it's potentially AIM who's not really getting into it, getting caught out in a few situations, but it's not been too bad from him either. It's been a solid performance all round.
I did see when we were talking about earlier, like, so they were bombing AIM in last night, and I think you maybe mentioned in the pregame too that it wasn't working as well as they'd like to last night. But it's something's clicking better now for them tonight. He's not getting in the scrappy fights and coming out on top of them, but his initiations, I think, what he maybe forced 2 Ubers or something like that so far. Like it's looking much better, I think, than last night.
Yeah, I think when the fight gets scrappy is really when GG have been coming out on top. I think the Ascent have a lot more experience of as a team, even though they don't have the same roster as they always had. They have a lot more experience and cohesion, but they're kind of used to the game being a certain way. You know, you Uber and you trade Ubers. Whoever has the better Uber pushes forwards and so on. But with GG, it's getting really, really messy. It's like soldiers coming in from anywhere and scouts all over the place. And I've been really impressed with Link User and Anarek, who've been really aggressive and cleaned up a lot of frags.
Gentlemen, green text. That's a very good thing for us. So, moving in so far. Badonsky camp. Opening up one sticky, just trying to deny anything. Nobody's there yet. Avast there a little bit later. Not a big issue though, it's fine. He's throwing out another sticky. Badonsky has a lot of things in his eyes, calling out the scout. Oh, it looks like we have a soldier bomb. Soldier's getting behind, could melee cause some issues. Coming back up through, needs to be careful. The scouts are absolutely jumping the blue soldiers. They're getting stuck down below there. Look at the frags going down. Goldfish aim down. When you're down 2 soldiers, as long as the other team has heals, this could end really poorly for them. Demo men going down. Is Nursey going to even make it out, or is it going to get caught from behind? It looks like Nursey's going to be able to go cheese, get out, but very, very convincing opening fight by Ascent. Excuse me, Nursey going down at the end of that. Incredible. The chase was going on forever, I could say.
Yeah, absolutely. I think although we'd been singing their praises just before we went live, that really was a problem from I reckon Link User. AIM and Goldfish made so much room, but as they bombed all the way to the enemy choke, I reckon Link User was still sat on their own shed, and so there's just no position had been taken from them. Wow, they got 4-4! AIM manages to grab 4-4, and this is going to be the defense of a lifetime. Mela just juggled in the air as well. Only Yomps and Rando left alive. What percentage was 4-4 on in there? That was ridiculous.
Rando getting killed. Yomps behind. Can Yomps cause any trouble? Yomps is on last above, going cheese. Good, probably going to make an escape. Go back to the medic. You know, at this point in time, Stark, with an Uber advantage like this, would you like to see Blue play a little more aggressive here, or maybe a Goldfish bomb?
Definitely, they need to be pushing straight in. I think they're just going to go before Rando even spawns. Look at Ascent's positioning, they're so far back. GG can just take so much space and mailer bombs in. Doesn't get much done, but Nursey does go down low, and that should delay the push a bit. But Ascent is just going to leave. And that's got to be crushing mentally for 404 to drop that Uber, pushing it to last, when that's the golden opportunity to bring it like level.
After such a fantastic mid-fight as well, and chasing it all the way down, fragging, nursing, everything's set up perfectly, and they beef yet another last push. It's heartbreaking. Hopefully it doesn't tilt Ascent and they're able to come back into it, but at the moment, it's going to be Uber's traded on the second point, BUICK.
Rendo was going in there. He does get the Uber off. He gets caught with Uber. It's a solo Uber from Red, which is an advantage. Flashes the scout at the end. Aim's the only one who's probably going to get caught out here. One shot, two shot. Aim is so close to going down. But the blue players are keeping... Red can't push through the bottom. Avast goes down. They do have no demo man. That changes things right there. The second you get that demo man pushing up to the, slope like they are, much easier when there's no stickies and or pipes going for you. So they know. Blue's intelligent. They realize that they have no demo man for a mid-fight like this. Regardless of being maybe up in health, they gotta back out. You just need that demo man to stop them from coming up choke. And because of this, Red's moving in. Red's moving over to the side. Should they be pushing at an Uber disadvantage like this, or are they going to be patient, you think?
I think this round difference, like they're a round down, they feel like they should be winning. I feel like this is going to be kind of gnawing at them just constantly. They want to take the risks. They want to, get into the advantageous position. And Naylor, I think he's going to get a buff and bomb in from window.
Yeah, but once again, they're not holding window very well. I mean, the positioning from Getawhale Fanclub is just not good enough to deny window. If Mela tries to bomb in here, they've got no stickies, they've got no scouts on the high ground particularly, and Mela's just going to bomb in. Oh, what a... I say they're not defending window. I didn't anticipate the incredible body block strat.
That was massive.
I'm not sure if that was intentional from aim, but...
That was the sickest play I've ever seen. Okay, I'm going to shut my mouth. Getawhale Fanclub have got that window on lockdown.
And what I like is that in the first half they would have pushed this, they would have tried to trade Ubers and it probably would have gone poorly, but they know they're a round up, they don't need to take any risks, they just need to play the clock, slow Ascent down, make them make the mistakes.
Mela getting back to fight right now could be good for them at this point in time. They have all their troops. They're obligated to take the aggressive route right now. They can't sit down, they're down. I know Shrugger's clearing it, I know Mela coming in, bombs in, ends up bringing somebody with him in cheese, he's going to go down, so that's going to put a little teeny... That's kind of a momentum killer. They can't push in now. I'd be shocked without getting a pick, if they would do anything. So I think it's kind of a rinse and repeat. Wait for Melia to come back. Maybe he'll come back as Spy, like we saw in the first half. Let's check. No, unfortunately, he is back as Soldier. So now, Yomps, Penowski kind of just clearing out the Saw area. Do you think that telegraphs a push through Saw a little too much?
I think it's a really interesting situation with the Snake Water second to mid, because it's so difficult to sack a player in from either way. It's so difficult to sack a player from mid to second when everyone's holding it really tight like they are now. And in fact, Avast has even got a sticky trap on window, so Miller's really going to find it difficult to get onto anybody. They're actually running Shrugger on Sniper, so they've been forced to do something slightly different. Shrugger is stood right above a sticky trap there, surely dead it, Avast! No. Misses an opportunity, misses a golden opportunity there to take down the Sniper from Ascent. But the reason I say it's interesting is because even when Mela goes down, you shouldn't really be taking a push in my opinion. Like, maybe you can try a counter sack, but even that's a little bit risky. I think you need something maybe more juicy than just the Roamer kill. So it gives Ascent more time, but it also means that it's very difficult to break this stalemate from mid to second.
Oh no! Shrugger just walks in for free! He gets 2 shots!
And they force? Why?
I'm not sure about that force.
Oh god, Nursey was feeling the fear.
That's unbelievable. That should never happen. They knew they had a sniper and he just walks in for free. He doesn't take a lick of damage when he takes his first shot. Luckily they do.
Either. He wasn't just peeking, he ran so far in to take that shot. It was crazy.
And now for some reason they've taken a fight in the sawmill area and Ascent are coming out vastly on top. And Avast is the only one trying to get out of that vastly terrible situation.
Yeah, that was an absolutely awful situation from GG. After we were singing their praises, that was a really, truly dreadful hold on second.
Yeah, good lord. Yeah, I think the pop from Nursey was just pure fear. Someone must have called it. Oh my god, the last pipe there takes down Goldfish and Nursey. They had that lobby absolutely locked down. Ascent, as soon as they got that, just feeling great. They're feeling like they're on top of the world. They can do anything.
I think this might be the this might be the tilt from GG. I mean, they know if they just had 6 players alive defending the last, they know they can hold. I mean, repeated experiences have shown that Ascent cannot push last, and actually, with 2 players alive, they don't even attempt it. They're going to wait for their Uber. They're going to wait for 6 players, and I think this is going to go just as poorly as all their other attempts.
Yeah, maybe they should have just dived in there and braved the erect sniper, but they're going to be pushing from bottom with this Uber charge. Let's see how GG attempt to defend this. Sugar's playing the point instantly though, and that's exactly what they were missing last time. Goldfish diving straight onto it and aiming Goldfish down. And there we go, Ascent with a much better push there. Managed to focus the point brilliantly.
I really didn't like the GG defense there. They just had loads of people right next to the spawn door. Badonsky jumped in, sticky them all, they all ran inside spawn, and then Shrugger just capped. There was nothing anyone could do from that position from the GG side, and now it's tied.
2-2, my friends. So we take over middle. Next middle right now, Badonsky and Avast obviously trading damage like they usually do offhand. We're going to see if anybody's jumping in. Goldfish getting a fat buff. I'm thinking he's going to want to go in soon. Spam's down there. He's just kind of area the now right now. Goldfish jumps into Rando, takes it. Fane's going deep in at him and backs off. He needs to get a little bit of buff. Going up to shoot a rocket, clearing them out of there. They need to watch out from the right side. Goldfish is going down way too low. Down to a wreck right now. One shot onto the demo man. Ends up getting taken out right now. But Badonsky's just loading whatever he can. He's completely spamming stickies over there. Nursey with Nursey going down, guys. Rando, absolutely massive pick. They're going to last. Oh no! Avast.
Decapitated.
Was that the Scotsman Skull Cutter, correct? Yeah. Oh, wonderful,
yeah.
Wonderful. So, Badonsky, look at them. They're pushing into last right now. Rando and Badonsky going to start spamming a little left to the right door. They don't even want any kind of lobby hold whatsoever by Blue. Badonsky, I like him playing up close right there. I like him denying anybody going in the lobby. If you peek around shoes right there, you will get taken out. It just completely exemplifies the Uber advantage that they already have. So, where would you like to see Red push in from here, though?
I think they're going to go underneath, and I agree with this. I prefer going underneath with the Uber advantage, and they're going to... Scouts peeking for the sniper. They do get forced by the loose cannon, and they're so deep on that. The sentry should go down, and they can just focus the point immediately after.
The Uber actually came off Sugar very, very late there though, and so he doesn't get cap time as quickly as he'd like, and Sugar is going to go down at the same time as Rando. Again, it's this kind of collapse because they're not able to get the cap time quick enough. Getawhale Fanclub are just able to read the fact that they're playing the point perfectly, and they just swarm onto it. But if Sugar was able to start the cap a lot earlier and have the Uber taken off him from 4-4 a lot earlier, they would get the cap almost every time. The only difference between that play and the previous one was just the speed at which they got the cap time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you just saw him sitting there invincible on the point with all the players swarming through the spawn coming to get him, but Shrugger just comes in and takes down Goldfish and the Link user. And now surely this is the time. Rando bombs in on the height advantage. They're taking loads of space, and look at the spawns. No spawns for 3 seconds. If they focus the point soon...
They're actually taking their time here though. Arax managed to take down Sugar. They're bombing players onto the point here. The collapse is going to come in once again here from Getawhale Fanclub. And they allowed the spawns to come in. Didn't play the spawn times whatsoever. Yet another failed push from Ascent. It's a story. If they worked on their last pushes, they'd be about 11-0 ahead.
I think the kicker is it always looks the same when GG comes in. You know, they have the double soldier bomb, the scouts follow up behind them, they all get kicked, and they all just get crushed around the grassy area. It always looks the same, and it breaks my heart every time. But now GG are pushing in through kitchen, and they're gonna get forced really easy here, surely. But Nursey, yeah, they get Ubered through. And
but there's 2 players above. Shrugger manages to take down Aim, actually. That's a good play by him. He was a pick for sure, and they don't even manage to find Mailer. Escapes on 50 health.
And Goldfish is going to get caught out here, overextending way too far. And this should be a midpoint for Ascent. They might not even have to use their Uber here.
Yeah, they're going to start moving in right now. Link user's going to do the best he can to spam down Badonsky, moving into from left side. Melee jumping. You can't stop 2 soldiers like that with height advantage. You're backing out. You're at an Uber disadvantage completely. Well, now the next question, my friends, is how far will Red try to push this advantage right now? It's 40%, and they're going in deep right now with Badonsky and Rando. Rando clearing out cheese. They can start moving over to the point. They may have to use on Badonsky. He does. He has to save his demo man, but you'll take that trade any day because Aim and Erect being down. Do you take the Uber into last? Looks like they're trying to.
Look at Avast.
Sure. Oh,
Look at Avast. He's just going to block second, surely.
Oh
Come
my
out
God,
behind 4
what a
or something.
play.
This is so weird. Oh, he's right behind 4 Drops on the double stickies. Now onto Yoms. Oh, almost manages to frag him with the loose cannon as well. Open things up so much here for Getawhale Fanclub. But Yoms actually manages to grab the point. And Shrugger's going to last, along with Mela. Shrugger and Badonsky on that bottom area. Link User's going to find them. Oh, Arek absolutely stomps them. The scouts are so good for Getawhale Fanclub. They're so good.
In all my years of TF2, I've never seen a demo hide inside forward spawn and flank them on second. That's a new one.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Which is the complete cake that you want. So, pick right there on the rec may push a little too hard. I don't know if it's enough that you can't really push in. I mean, you're pushing into an Uber. Even if it's 6 feet 5, you can't push uphill into an Uber. And because they kind of feigned that over there, this Uber can lose them their own medic. With Rando being on 6 hit points, finally gets the pack. He's got to get out right now. He's going to hide, maybe go for the med though. They get a pick on Link User. Rando hits a nice rocket spam onto the point. They're moving up. The scouts can hold this. Same with the demo spam. So I thought it was a solid Uber for GG. The med just made it out in time. They couldn't get the Uber soldiers onto the med's head.
And they're so unlucky to not find a frag on Rando when he's 6 HP and surfs onto a health kit or something. Wow, that last little rocket, a direct right onto Mercy's feet. And the medic for Getawhale Fanclub is taken down. That's heals, Uber, everything off the board for them. And Ascent are fully buffed and have that Uber charge. Aim in a hiding spot. Is Mela going to check it? No, he's gone too early.
All GG needs to do is set up last again and watch Ascent fail at yet another last push. Although they won't have aim, and aim has been really crucial in these last defences, coming in as the spawner and flying in and crushing the non-Uber players on the grass. So let's see what Ascent want to do here.
They've wasted so much time that aim actually is in now. And the Uber's going to come in on the right hand side. Nursey diving away, left hand side, back into spawn. They haven't even started playing the point yet. They're just trying to go for the frags. They've pushed everybody over to that left hand side actually. It's going to be difficult for them to play the point. But Arik and Link User once again teaming up, holding hands, crushing faces. Rando on the point. Can he cap it? No, not quite. Yom's the last one left alive, 14 health. But with the last pistol shot. Oh no, he takes down aim. Sorry, for a moment there I thought he'd taken down Nursey.
Yeah, yet again, I thought that was going to be a last push for Ascent for sure. As there goes Pyro, and but they were all stuck up against the left door, and Badonsky was just raining down stickies on them. But somehow, yet again, they beef the last push, and now Melee's going to go for a Hail Mary.
I've seen this happen before. We've seen it seasons past. Melee's went pyro on. It's been like Gully Wash and stuff like that. But
he's played it on Snake as well. I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want to see this. I want to see what kind. Oh, one person on fire, not bad right now. It's really hard to get off the Melee team. Absolutely spamming nice, accurate flares. Almost hits the soldier again for one. One last goodbye kiss flare. Reflects that rocket beautifully. Makes it out. So that's kind of like a push. It's almost like a stop hold for a second.
Really, really great from Melee there. Instead of going Roamer and forcing the Uber or something, he decides to go Pyro and sets 2 people on fire. 10 out of 10.
Do you think this smells of tilt, or is this an organised plan? I mean, I wouldn't put it past
Melee
them.
does.
Yeah, Melee has... He goes Pyro at some weird times, actually. He never did it at all last season, but the season before that, he was doing it all the time. It was really strange. I mean, I don't understand it whatsoever, but I know that they have a plan. It's not just a retard strat that they pull out the bag. They have a plan and they try and make it work, but let's see what he can do here.
Too like this. It looks like they're coming in below. Even though they have a pyro, we'll see if he can deny the jumping soldiers all. He is over by right there. Oh, bounces one person up, aims sky high, ends up taking some fall damage. Everybody knows they're in yard right now. With the wreck going down, they need to be careful. Badonsky is decent health, hiding behind the health box is nice. There's a scouting. Yoms pops off Uber early. It's a huge multi too. It's going to be about a 3-second Uber to have that many targets. So if Ascent can keep it a solo or dual Uber, it's going to absolutely be able to hold right now. Moving back onto Mela, they have huge height advantage. I wouldn't come in right now. It could be a trap if you come in.
Down. Arik, Link User down. I would be bailing out of there quickly and get out very quickly. I mean, the score is 2-2. You don't want to put yourself in a weird situation. They have a pyro. You can play off that. You can abuse the fact that they don't have the spam damage on the left-hand side or over grass. You can try and shunt a scout in behind them and take the 1v1s. There are a myriad of ways that you can break this hold, but committing to a sloppy Uber fight is not one of them, and they wisely back off. What's I mean, the great thing about Mela being on Pyro, if he stays next to 404, is that sacking a aim in again and again from window is never going to work.
Oh, it's such a counter strat against that. That completely shuts that down. It's not in a million years is aim going to be able to pop or get near the medic. Well,
yeah.
If Mela's doing the jump correctly, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So they have to think of something else. I mean, what they can try and do maybe is spam enough on the left-hand side, really try and get players in on the left with some loose cannon or something, enough for either AIM or maybe Arak to just run in through cheese and try and get behind them. Instead, they're actually trying to just move this over grass. They know that there's less spam power over there because Verdonsky's holding that right-hand side from his perspective, and so they're able to get in for grass for free. Aim's been taken down, but Rando's really weak. Nursey chucks a Hail Mary arrow in there to try and see if they can find the pocket from Ascent, but they are managing to batter them back slowly but surely. They are getting the frags here onto the Getawhale Fanclub players.
Fast at the end dying. That's huge. Your demo man's down right now. You can move absolutely in the middle. Even if they get jammed here, oh, they're just going to have to use the Uber soon. He has to use it. So it's not bad. It's going to be a dual Uber. They got about 5 seconds left. It's 2 dual Ubers. Blue Ubered 1 second later, so they're going to have a little bit more. Red, oh, they got to back out now. Can't fight those Ubered scouts. Rando smartly backs out a little bit, taking his medic back, watching the window as he should. So Rando made the best out of a crappy situation. It wasn't the best Uber. They didn't have height advantage. Got everybody out alive. Held their hands, safe and sound. So rinse and repeat, holding 2 again, even Ubers.
I feel with Mela on Pyro, they really missed an opportunity though, where they could have, I don't know, baited around the grass area with their combo, traded Ubers, and then got a scout fully buffed in, get him behind. They've only got 1 soldier and they've got 2 scouts to deal with him. And Rando's going to sit next to his medic, so it's just going to be 2 scouts having to deal with the 1 scout behind, and if they both go back for him, like, they're destroyed on second. There's nothing they can do. I feel they really should have played around the mobility of the Pyro being so bad.
I mean, alternatively, Ascent could try and engineer the Pyro in a situation where they get an Uber charge out and then have Mela just trap the players in from Getawhale Fanclub. If they can find a situation, maybe in Storeroom or something like that, where Mela can get into an after Uber fight and just pin some players in, they can really start swarming on them. But, oh, AIM gets absolutely annihilated there as he tries to bomb in. There's no way that's going to work, man. Don't know why he was even trying for it. They need to be thinking outside the box here. They can't just go with the same stuff over and over again. But they're maybe just trying to bait Ascent into a bad push, and here it comes.
And it's a very nice counter Uber by Blue. They're not gonna drop any players right here. Red medic is getting bounced in the air and needs to watch out. 1 rocket, 2 rockets, and he scout will kill this medic. They're right in the medic's face, absolutely going down. But look how low that medicinal man is. Jeez, 404 completely playing Morpheus right there. Got hit by nothing. Using these overbuffs right now, they may be able to completely contest this fight. Red meets up, they with these heals, because their medic stayed alive magnificently. This is rolling into 2. It's not gonna roll into last off the bat, but with their Uber advantage, that was absolutely huge, that medic staying alive there.
And Getawhale Fanclub gave them enough time for Mela to respawn and, or not respawn, sorry, but go all the way back to spawn and switch to Soldier. He then came round, flanked them, and took down Nursey and took their heals completely out of the situation just after the Ubers had been traded. So big plays from him, and doing a lot more on Roma than he managed on Pyro for the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, that was a really great play from Mela, because not only did he get the medic, he also flanked, distracted, and basically he just engineered the situation where Ascent could wipe GG. And look, it's another Uber advantage push onto last. Let's see what they do this time.
Oh, well, this time they're just going to get annihilated by loose cannon. And they've got the Uber charge about to come out. Shrugger's going to try and play onto the point, but I can't see this one going any better for Ascent than the previous ones have been. They've managed to find the frag onto Arak, actually, and Nursey doesn't quite have the Uber charge. If Yoms can get... No, not quite here. They should be able to clean up these frags, but that one was really close, actually. GG didn't have the same collapse that they had on the previous ones. They were just playing passively and trying to get the Uber charge out of Nursey, and instead, it nearly went horribly for them. Because they weren't the ones providing the aggression, they nearly got pushed back into a corner and their medic dropped.
Oh, Badonsky died really late there, and that's going to be really bad for them. GG should be able to push this onto mid easily. I'd be surprised if Ascent even put up a fight here.
Do you think they're going to realize that the demo men's down and going slope is the hardest with the demo men up? So yep, they're actually going slope right now, the quickest and easiest way in. There is Mela hiding right there, causing a little bit of a ruckus as Blue moves in. But with Link User and the other scout buff, you got to back up. You got no demo. Like, it's just, it's almost like a broken record, but if you cannot pull that middle, like if you have no demo. Aim may go down to the sticky trap, needs to be careful. Ends up going down. I don't think it's enough for Red to push off of, but it's enough for them to get up a nice defense. You know, you're not going to be charged by an aim flying in right now, so they're going to be able to hold two, I feel.
I like that GG are falling back there. They weren't, I don't think they were 100% sure whether they had Uber advantage, and as soon as they realised the push wasn't going that great, they backed out, and that's so good because they didn't have an Uber advantage. And
time is... Sorry, carry on.
No, continue. How much time is left?
I'm going to say time is starting to be a factor now. It's about 8 minutes left on the clock between these two teams, and it is currently a draw. Although Ascent are 1-0 in the second half, they lost the first half 2-1. So it's been very low scoring, backwards and forwards between these second points. Ascent really have been in control of a lot of the game, but they've been fluffing so many last pushes that it's given Getawhale Fanclub a huge opportunity after opportunity.
Look at Mela. Mela's coming behind, and he jumps into a soldier, literally jumps right into his face, so he goes straight up. That was a huge opportunity. He got all the way through kitchen, and then flubs his jump, and kisses the skybox, and then dies.
It was magnificent. So, 100% Uber versus 100% Uber right now. Like, it's 2-2. Of course, in the players' heads, they know that there's not much time left. Is it just going to be a true stalemate? Like, one team, they don't want to make the mistake. You don't want to be that team that messes up your Uber push, gets wiped, and gets pushed to their last. So, do you think knowing that, like, Getawhale, don't get me wrong, Getawhale is still obligated. Oh my god, him is...
What a jump! No, look how far back 404 is. You can
managed
see
to get
his
jumped.
first jump. He tried to jump, go for a wall jump, and just slid inside the window by accident and just sat inside and saw him before going for another jump.
An engineered play, I'm sure, to take down Yomps there, but Goldfish has dropped as well, and Shrug is in a position where he could have tried to go for something. He's still peeking around in that sawmill area, maybe trying to go for a counter-sack or something. It's still a long time until Goldfish spawns. They're going to take the supercharge aggressively forwards, but Rando's going to do a lot with this Uber, I think. He's going to be difficult to contain. Mailer's coming in as well, doing a lot of damage to Link User. They've got quite a bit of position as well. The health is slightly better for them though, and if they can get control of the top ground here, Getawhale Fanclub are going to be in a great position. But at the moment, it's Yomps, Rando and Mailer all up there, and that could be disastrous for them. Mailer is going to try and put a bit more position up there, and Shrug is harassing everybody back from Getawhale Fanclub, but they are slowly bleeding players.
Yeah, but unfortunately GG don't have any heals because Nursey was separated from his team. But now surely they've got the spawns coming in. Ascent know they need to back out, and they're just hightailing out of there, going straight back to second, and we're going to have the same situation as we had before, unless GG want to push with the late spawners of Ascent coming in. And yeah, look how defensive Ascent are. There should be a point for GG.
Mailer's managed to take a 1v1 against Iraq on the flank and taking him down. Goldfish falls as well. They need to get a lot of position here. They may be able to just get the camp, but unless they get the supercharge, they're going to get collapsed on. Nursey's in a horrible position. I feel so bad for them. 99%, can they connect? Wow, Avast and Nursey just about get it at the end there. Surely going to find the frag onto Mailer, but they have to hightail it out of there. It's 4v5.
Yeah, and Ascent are going to push this straight away with their Uber advantage and player advantage, and Iraq goes down as well, and it's just 3 players left for GG, and they need to get out of this alive.
5 minutes left.
5 minutes left. Oh, that's crazy. Guys, forward spawn sniper right now. We're going to take a look at Link User. If they decide to go down the slope, this could be really bad right now. So Link, goes off to scout. Ooh, he really might have got a nice shot there. Maybe should have stayed it for a little longer because they did end up going down below. Link User can spam a pretty nice pistol from up there, but with nobody, Yomps being really low might be the first casualty right now. Goldfish going down the other side of the battle. Ascent can easily take this point as long as they converge. Oh, oh my god.
AIM just ran straight into Mailer on about 3 HP trying to escape plan somewhere, but they forced the Uber charge out. I have no idea why or how.
Very large question mark is look at the damn health. I don't understand.
Yeah, and they're going to get spawns from Goldfish and AIM in 3 seconds. They might have a hero play coming in right now. They've managed to find the frag onto Nursey though, and they should be able to just flood onto the point. Avast's got such a task. Oh wow, they do actually make that work. They just flood forwards before they got the spawns out, and Getawhale Fanclub so perfectly good at defending with 6 players alive, but
Spawn waves were against them that time. We've seen it happen time and time again for them. You know, they push in, they're right about the cap, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the Getawhale fan club players just all swarmed the damn point. So it didn't work out that time for them. We'll look at the demo men in the beginning as per usual, just, you know, throwing the casual stick to each other right now. Melee in a position to go for a pretty nice jump. Actually probably going to hide and try to deny the soldier. They do know he's there now, though. So with the scout rushing, he was getting kind of peppered down. I'm not sure he wants to go in. Rando's making room up top. I don't think it's enough. AIM jumps in, ends up taking down Yomps. Oh, Mo's AIM going down himself, training for Rando and Shrugger. This is really good positioning from Blue right now. They need to be careful. Nursey got bounced up in the air. If Nursey can connect up with a Vast, they can deny the slope and they can deny Saw right now. It looks like Ascent's going to back out. Ascent, you just can't win that fight. Medic Scout versus Medic Scout demo, even if you have an overbuff, you're closer to Uber, you're not going to win that fight. So back to 2 Ascent goes.
But the important thing is they don't lose their medic, which means it's not going to be a roll round. So GG are going to get the second point, but they're not going to get the last point for free.
It's pressure now too. 2 to 3 minutes. There's not much time left for them to come back right now. So this is crunch time, you can call it. And there's an Uber coming out. They need to be careful right now.
They're going to be driving this one
Abadonski's
forward.
going to get caught up. I don't understand
Oh my god.
why they're going for this risk. That's so risky. When you're 1 round up, GG are pushing straight to last with the player advantage. But Mercy and AIM go down, actually. Ascent could end up taking this.
This is a fairly even fight, to be honest. They need to focus down players. Linked user and Eric holding hands, trying to get the frags. They need to focus down Podolski. Avast piling out the damage. They're just going to play the point. Podolski can't find it.
That's so poor from Ascent. I couldn't believe it. My heart was in my mouth when they started pushing that to second, because there's no need. There's several minutes left, and you're 1 round up, holding Snake to last with an
53 now, Stark. 1 minute 53 left on the clock. This mid could well decide it. Oh, what are the teams going to do? It's tied 3-3 at the moment. Both teams 2-1 up on their respective halves. What's going to happen on this mid? Who are we watching?
I want to see Malek going for the punch jumper now. The double soldier bomb absolutely gets denied by Goldfish. They can lose their soldiers right here. There's a lot of blue health down there. Nursey Wreck going down. Shrugger jumping in, absolutely going wild, hitting 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots.
Oh,
it doesn't,
they take it for a 4. That's so crucial.
That's almost like golden cap. Killing the medic right there is almost like initiating a golden cap right there. If you don't kill the medic, you actually can lose. You can lose right now. Ascent has nothing to lose, regardless of Uber. They're pushing in no matter what right now. They're not waiting for an Uber. They realize there's only under a minute left.
I think I just saw another notification saying someone's gone crits. Yeah, 404's actually switched over to Kritzkrieg, so they're trying to make this happen. I don't even have time on my HUD, so I don't know what's going on, but they must be down into the final minute. Oh, it's 50 seconds. Mathsad giving me the info.
Enough time for a charge.
Eric's checking the crits. They know it's a crits.
Oh,
so
wow. What a heads-up play by Eric. No, they're going to run a sniper and an engineer. That's perfectly fine. That'll deny the crits perfectly.
80%, guys. 80% crits.
And this Uber charge is going to come in if they manage to deny the Kritzkrieg. Here is Eric. Eric is your key player here. He has the power to beef this or make it for his team. Goldfish has spotted the crits. It comes in. Eric's going to try and reflect it. Great reflect on both of these crit stickies. They're just flooding on the point. Mercy jumps on it. They're trying to get the frag. What?
They were so focused on the crits.
Ascent.
They were so focused on the crits, the flank just comes in from Ascent and destroys GG, and I don't think there's enough time.
There isn't.
Oh, there's not enough time whatsoever. Remaining. Oh, that's devastating for Getawhale Fan Club.
The crits got a kill, but the decision to go crits and put that in your opposition's head right there.
Yeah, that won them the round.
That freaks you out as a defensive team. You know, all of a sudden you have to jam a soldier in. Goldfish jammed in to try to deny the crits, but he ended up dying to one of the stickies. So you just... That was actually really intelligent, I think, the crits from the upper right, because a lot of people, oh, it's crits from the left and let's go for a home run sticky. If you crits from the upper right, you know everybody they're back there, all conglomerated.
Yep, and they were all up in the same area. They all backed off, and then they had to flood onto the point. They didn't really have the players for the cleanup because they were running pyro. Their pocket was down. They didn't have players to jump onto that point. The engineer didn't really get anything done with the sentry because it was just in the same place as everybody else that they were spamming. Ah, what a time for a last push to succeed for Ascent. What a clutch play.
I mean, the whole game, we mentioned it, like Stark was mentioning it time and time again, like they just kept beefing last pushes. They just couldn't. Like we said, what did you mention at one point in time, Sideshow? Like if they weren't beefing last pushes, it'd be like 11-0 or something. Like it's true. So right when they really need it to come together, the time is crunching. Like it was 50 seconds left. They spent 40 of that getting into position. There was easily under 10 seconds left. Like that's really clutch.
5 seconds left it was after that round. 5 seconds.
Oh god.
If ever there was a time to get your last push right, it was then.
Yes,
really
absolutely.
Great push.
Kudos to Podolsky.
It's interesting to take a look at the logs as well, because Yomps had a fantastic second half. Actually, you can see just from the difference in stats from the first to the second half, he was really pulling out all the stops for his team. Rando as well had a great performance, as did Mailer. Goldfish and Aim, they kind of dropped off a little bit really after the first half. The first half they were playing very well, but I mean, particularly that last mid by Ascent went really well for them, and that was just all down to Mailer and Rando. They hit some excellent rockets, forced them back,
it was
played it perfectly. It absolutely was.
We see a double soldier bomb. Sometimes the one soldier will get there, a second early, and that bones it all up. Like the coordination. They called the bomb at a certain time or 3, 2, 1, and it was pristine. They both came in exactly when they needed to, through spam on the same targets, and that's an on the fly thing. You see your buddy shooting at this dude, you shoot at him too, and it's just like that changed it. That put them in position to actually use that crits to finalize the game. Like from the beginning of the round on, it was just, I don't know, it was very well done in many aspects by Ascent.
What do you think, Stark BUICK, about Getawhale Fanclub then? Because a lot of people were simply writing them off after their 5-0 defeat to Yomis yesterday.
Yes.
They were saying, okay, so they defeated some rubbish teams at the beginning of the season and went 3-0. So what? Any semi-decent team could do that, but they're not good enough to contest the top. Do you think that will have changed their mind? Do you think that was just Ascent beefing?
It's hard to say. So when you start 3-0, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0, then you go 0-5, like you have no idea what to expect the next game. And especially, can you think of it being in your head? You just lost 0-5, and then their next 2 matches are against Ascent and then Froyo Tech after this. So you've got to show that you may have had a bad game, but you got the 2 potentially best teams in the league up right afterwards. Like a 3-4 showing from them, I'm actually happy with. Like if they would have won, that would have been like ridiculous. Like I think they were still the underdogs, but regardless, you can take a lot from losing 3-4. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I think they played very well. I think they played a lot better than they did yesterday. I don't think that is even debatable. If you look at how they were playing yesterday, they were getting outplayed. I mean, Yomis were playing very well as well. What are they called now? It's smooth orange mango juice or something ridiculous. But anyway, they got outplayed completely yesterday, but they looked like they looked much more cohesive. They were playing a lot of the situations very well. They did look like the slightly worse team in a lot of the situations, but their last defenses and their mids put them in such a great position that they were actually able to overcome some potentially sloppy transition plays or some questionable Uber fights to put them in a fantastic place to win the entire game. It's just that second half didn't quite go their way.
I think the important thing to note is it's not like they were just getting wrecked by DM. They have the right idea, they go in and they just get absolutely destroyed. That wasn't what was happening. They made lots of mistakes, as did Ascent. And I think that's a good thing, because that's the kind of thing you can look back at the demo and take some stuff away and goes, well, we clearly made a mistake here. Next time it'll be different.
Take a lot from it. You really can. I hope they do get together, look over the demo, and realize that that was a game of inches. It really was. There were so many. I think we saw a medic die on like 99%, like 3 different times. Like there's a lot you could take from it.
Yeah, it was very good. Yomps had a fantastic showing. I think Rando played a very, very good pocket on, especially in the second half, but also in the first half he was playing very well, and it was just a great performance from both of the teams. It was a fantastic game to watch and cast on. I'm very excited to watch Getawhale Fanclub and see how they perform against the rest of the teams, because as long as they don't kind of suck out as they did yesterday, I think they are headed for
They're a threat. They're definitely a threat.
Yeah, I think they're headed for 4th or 3rd place in ESEA as long as they can pull it together against Team Solo Uber and have a slightly better showing if they face off against the Yomis again.
100%, my friend. Gentlemen, so we just saw a beautiful 3-4 match. It's been very nice tonight. So does closing thoughts or comments on the match or on anything in general, Mr. Stark, you got anything?
Yeah, I can't wait to see what else Getawhale Fanclub has to offer. I mean, versus Ascent, it was a bit, it was close. They played a good game. Versus Froyotech, not so sure it'll be as close. I mean, like, Froyotech are obviously far better than Ascent, but I don't think they'll put as much effort into their game as Ascent will. So it could still be a good game. It remains to be seen, though.
For the Froyotech games, I never bet on them because it's impossible to know which version of Froyotech is going to show up. I don't care, we're trolling around and we're going to lose 3 rounds to Cafe Monster Froyotech, or right, super try hard, we're the best team in the world, we're going to kill everybody 5-0 in 10 minutes Froyotech. So it's
kind of a dice roll,
It is, it absolutely is, more than usual. But I wish I'd bet on the previous 2 games instead of playing Worms with Stark, because I would have made a mad refined over the past 2 days. My predictions have been spot on. But never mind. We'll see the rest of the ESEA season out. And Goldfish, keep farming those stats, boy, because you're on my ESEA fantasy team.
He's on my fantasy team as well.
And I need to pick up Arik as well. But yeah, that's us done on Team Fortress TV. We're going to be back for more invite. We'll be back with more ETF2L action from this Sunday. We'll be back with the Challenger Cup on Sunday as well. And if you're only interested in North American action, we'll be casting invite matches throughout this week and the next, however many are left. So more.